Hey guys, welcome back to the Caliber 8 Tools and DIY channel. Once again, it's Tuesday. I am back for another live, and this is going to be more of a mindset talk here tonight. It's not going to be that long. I like to drop in the mindset material every now and then because, after all, this is all a mental game, is it not? So always keep learning, guys. Uh, that's one of the truest, realist realizations that I have had throughout my lifetime is the fact that you must always keep, learning. There's a saying that that goes, evolve or die, right? Evolve or die. Uh, what's that saying to you guys? What does that mean? That means things are always going to change, especially unforeseen circumstances are going to, they're going to pop up every day, and you got to be prepared for it, right? So it's almost like you have to be on the offensive and the defensive at the same times. So if you look at the metaphor of a football game or any type of sport, right, where there's two teams involved trying to score on each other, right? There's that game element involved, right, where nobody really knows what's going to happen. You can plan and you can predict, right? And depending on your skill in that, your experience, that will determine how well you perform in that arena of that game, right? Perry Life knows how you doing. Mindset is imperative to goals and success. Absolutely. Matter of fact, mindset, the core of goals and success is mindset, right? So if you don't have that right, I pretty much feel sorry for anybody, including myself, if I don't have my mindset tuned properly or prepared for when I step out my door or I step into this cold world, as they say. Because like Mike Tyson said, everybody's what do you say? Everybody's I forget the exact saying, but he said everything's going good until you get knocked in the face, and that, I mean, I'm telling you guys, that's going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, it is going to happen. But it's not about getting knocked in the face. It's about what are you going to do about it when that does happen, right? What are you going to do about it when that does happen? So back to the phrase evolve or die. That simply means you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to adapt to various circumstances. And if not, you're going to pay the price, right? So think about this pen right here. I'll use this metaphor as this pen. This pen is pretty stiff, right? So if I bend it, if I put enough pressure on this pen, it's going to break, right? Versus this cord right here. No matter how much pressure I put on the cord, this kind of pressure here, it's not going to break because it's flexible, right? You want to be like the cord here. You don't want to be like this stiff pen, because this can adapt to various types of pressure being applied to it, and this can't, right? Even though it's very useful when it comes to certain situations, it's not. So your mind must be flexible like this, right? In order to take the hits, take the blows. If you can't take the blows, you're gonna be down for the count, and that's it, right? So what are the habits of people who can adapt? What are their habits? Let's take a look. By the way, guys, feel free to join in. Give me your your opinions. That's what I do the lives for. It's not just me talking. It's a back and forth. I'd love to hear your experiences as it relates to the topic, and so we can have a little discussion here. So yeah. So what are the habits, guys? What are the habits? Um, let's see. So there's 4 habits of people who are always learning new skills. Okay, 4 habits. Um, let's see what it says here. Number 1, they focus on emerging skills. So in today's day and age, with the advancement of technology and everything that's coming to the fore in terms of the skills that you have to even survive, as far as career and even in business. I mean, back in the day, be able to you didn't have to be able to use a computer, but now it's imperative now. I don't care if you're the CEO of the company. If you can't use a keyboard, for example, guess what? You can't look at your numbers. You can't look at your numbers in business. You can't pretty much do anything, right? So you had to learn that skill. Um, and if you didn't, you know, you've been left behind, right? So you in today's world, you got to focus on what are the skills that you need today in order to adapt, in order to thrive, and not just survive, right? Most people are not business owners. They're out there looking for work. They're looking for jobs, right? And it's not like maybe back when I was looking for a job in high school or something like that, where you don't need to know a lot. Actually, today you need to be able to put together your own resume. You need to, you know, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of skills you have to have in order just to get a job. You know, even as a high school kid today. And so, what kind of skills are you focusing on to prepare yourself for when you go out there in the world, even as an older person, to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are there today, right? Because you know, time doesn't wait for anybody, right? So if you're not preparing yourself, if you're not learning a new skill, uh, you know, at least trying to learn something new, challenging yourself, stretching your, you know, stretching your mind, um, then you are going to be left behind, right? Yeah, because everything's moving forward, and if you're not keeping pace, you're going to be in that sector of society that either you're going to have to work for the rest of your life, or somebody's going to have to take care of you for the rest of your life. So these are some hard truths that you have to think about, and that's why I'm doing this live today. Because I saw a video of a guy. When was it? It was, I don't know, a couple of days ago, and he was in tears. This is a grown man. He was in tears. He had, I guess he spent his life in the streets. This is what he says, and he realized that he wasted his life. You know, this is once again, this is a grown man, and you know, it got him to the point where he had to come on social media and pretty much cry about how much he wasted his life. Now, I got to commend the guy for at least coming on there and warning people to not end up like him. And so, you know, in that sense, there's a lot of respect given there. But yeah, there's a lot of us in that situation, right? We took the time that we were given for granted. We didn't learn new skills, and when the time ran out on us, you know, we're like, I don't know, 50, sometimes even 60 years old, not having learned a skill at all, having to settle for the lowest of the low, and that's a sad situation, right? Now it's never too late. Okay, I'm not trying to say that it's too, you know, that it was too late for that guy, and because it's not, you know, there are ample opportunities, no matter how old you are, to get out there, learn a new skill, and change your life, right? And it's not about comparing yourself to others, but you know, when you look back on your life and you see that you know, you had so many opportunities in the years that have gone by and you didn't take advantage of it, you know, that's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling. So I would suggest that whatever opportunity that's presented to you that you can take advantage of in terms of learning a new skill, especially when it comes to making money, and that's pretty much what I'm talking about, to excel financially, then take advantage of that. I don't care how insignificant you think it is. If it's going to get you from point A to point B, even on small levels, why not take advantage of that, right? So one thing I've learned is that when you take those small steps, somehow, you know, God, the universe takes over, right? And next thing you know, a whole bunch of opportunities start to appear in your life because you know, you're on another frequency now, right? You're on another frequency now. You want to reach higher. You want something different for yourself. All right. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out either for help, right? Don't feel Don't feel intimidated by those you feel more who you feel are more successful than you. Look at those people as opportunities, right? Not as somebody who's better than you, right? Nobody's better than anybody intrinsically, right? They just may have made better choices. And if you find people like that in your life, that's actually a blessing. That's a good thing, right? And you should not take those people for granted. And you should try to learn from those people so you can elevate yourself. Once again, you have to be careful who you hang around, right? Who you give your time to, who you give your resources. Your time is one of the most precious gifts that you have. And if you squander that by hanging around people that cannot add value to your life in some form or fashion, then maybe you need to take a look at that. It doesn't mean totally canceling people from your life, but you don't want to wait 10 years from now and say, man, I wasted all my time dealing with this, and where has it gotten me? All right. You don't want that. Okay. And that all comes down to adapting, right? And this sometimes this wisdom comes with time, and but the quicker it comes, the better. Okay. The quicker it comes, the better. Now, in this era of online learning, I mean, it's almost like heaven for those of us who came up in an age without the internet, right? The internet has pretty much opened the doors. The gatekeepers have been vanquished, right? You don't have to be let in. You can let yourself in, and all you got to do is go to this internet, and you can pretty much learn anything, right? I mean, you guys are sitting here listening to me talk my talk here. That wasn't happening 30 years ago, 40 years ago, right? You can pretty much learn anything, right? And become something as well, right? People create courses and this and that, where, you just got to pay a few dollars. Some of the courses are free. And there's really no excuse today to not get the knowledge that you seek, right? So, hold on a second. Very good. Leno says, lack of technology also can cause you to pay penalties for regulatory compliance. Yeah, absolutely, right. So it's if you're not up to date, at least on the basics of technology, right? Even building a website today it's not as hard as it was. I mean, back in the day, you had to be able to, know the programmers' languages, HTML, JavaScript, all these languages they have. And you still, if you're a professional programmer, you still got to know that stuff. But right now, even the average person can build a website. They have so many drag and drop sites, templates that you can create your own website in minutes. You can be in business in minutes online. So really, all you have, there's really no excuse. If I hear someone complaining about, oh man, I don't know how to do that, I don't know what to say to them, really. Even if you try and you don't understand at first, that's okay. Everything has a learning curve. And if you just push through, have patience, not give up on yourself, guess what? You'll be there in no time. I started this channel, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago or so, a little over 3 years. Yeah, I wasn't, I didn't know. Look at me, I'm sweating. It's hot in here. Yeah. I didn't know, I didn't have any fancy camera equipment, editing equipment. I still don't, I still use the basics, but it didn't stop me from getting on here and, creating a presence for myself, because I know down the line in the long term, it's going to benefit me. So I stay consistent with it. And that's why I'm still doing it to this day. Right. So guys, don't be intimidated when it comes to stretching yourself. Right. That's the whole point. You have to stretch yourself, and that's how you grow. Right. And if you don't stretch yourself, don't be surprised when you get passed by, right? Don't be surprised when you get passed by those who are actually stretching themselves and want to do better in life. Okay. Yeah. So here's another thing. It says implement learning immediately. What does that mean? So if you learn something new, don't just read about it. Don't just watch it and say, "Oh yeah, I know how to do this now." No, you don't. You just watched it. You just read about it. You didn't apply it yet. Okay. So true knowledge, true skill is the application of that skill. Even if it's clumsy at first, you don't know what you're doing at first. It's way better than having it in your head perfectly, right? Because you haven't executed yet. You don't know all the variables that come with trying something new for the first time. So you have to try it, and you have to make mistakes. That comes with it. Don't live in fear. You know, make those mistakes. That's the fun part, actually. That's actually where you learn, in the mistakes. Okay. You don't learn by getting everything right the first time. All right. So successful people always implement what they learned, or they apply what they learned immediately, right? Or as soon as they can, right? Because they know that's the only way. That's the only way to get better at something, is to, you know, uh, try it and get, step in the ring and take the blows. You know what I mean? So once you try something new and you kind of get the hang of it, then the next step is to set goals, set milestones, right? Um, so you can advance in that skill, right? So even if it means taking on a new skill, or working for free, right, for somebody who can give you the opportunity to work on that skill, right? It's not always about money. The money will come later, or the opportunities will come later. But if you really want to learn a new skill, you wouldn't care about the money. All right, right? I know we all got to eat, but you know, uh, someone who actually, when someone really wants to learn a new skill, and they approach someone who can give them that opportunity, and they say, "Hey, you know, I'll work. I'll help out. I'll volunteer. I'll work for free." Um, that really says a lot about you and your character, and that person who you asked or solicited for that opportunity, they'll see that. They'll pick up on that, right? And if they're good people, they'll give you a chance. They give you a chance. And so, yeah, don't always think about the money. Money will come. Think about the long-term goals. Think about achieving that skill, mastering the craft, and you will see what kind of opportunities open up for you just for doing that. Right. All right. So let me see here. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to say tonight. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a long live. Just want to give you guys some encouragement. Like I said, I come on here um, every now and then with some mindset stuff, and I think that's very important. But guys, if you want to support this channel, go to calibrate.com, sign up for the email list. We got some great content that I put out every month, and it would be great if you guys support this channel, and I appreciate it, and I'll continue to bring you the good content that I work hard to bring you every week, learning about something new. Look out for this for Thursday's content coming up on how to use a shop vac, a wet dry vac, in your shop, or on the construction site, or it's a pretty good device. And check it out. It's coming up on Thursday. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that link so you guys can go join the email list. Let's see here. Give me a second. Put it in the chat for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Copy. All right. Yeah, guys. For those of you who are going to watch the replay or who are watching this as a replay, there you go. That's the link right there, guys. And yeah, it would be great to have you in the Calibrate community, in the as part of the tribe, and so we can continue this journey together. And so, anyway, guys, you have a good night. Hope you got something from this short live. Always keep learning, and you won't lose if you keep that attitude. Okay. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.